there seems to me young people, most young people are very aware of this interconnected world we live in, this network. But there seems to be a disconnect with these older people in government. They seem a little out of touch with how this works.
Definitely out of touch. And that's a big problem. I mean, one part of the film that's kind of funny, actually, is that in the SOPA fight, we air a mashup that Jon Stewart does when various members of Congress are saying, I don't know, I'm not a nerd, right? And then, he cuts like 10 of these together, and it's hilarious. Like, let's bring some nerds in here to explain this techno kind of internet stuff. I don't know, I'm not a nerd. Let's bring the nerds in. After 10 of these, Jon Stewart just says, look, I think the word you're looking for is expert. Right? You are legislating the internet, which we all live on, and you have no clue, and even by your admission, you have no clue what you're talking about. It's no longer okay for this to be the case, right? The internet is not new.
Right.
People are adults who have never known the internet not to exist. I mean, it's silly. We're into it now. It's not okay to be a legislator and not understand the technical aspects of the internet. It's just not. And so, and that gets kind of ugly when it comes to laws like the CFAA, in which there's been no meaningful change since 1986, after the movie War Games. It was created, Matthew Broderick, when he was like a teenager himself. It's crazy. So it's like, it's been so long, and so we have these kind of outdated laws that are obviously prone to misuse, and it's time to like bring all of these kind of structures into the digital age, into the modern times. You know what I mean? Because we don't just throw this stuff away because this is how we live now. We figure it out. You know what? Yeah, it might be a little tough. You might have to learn a few things, but otherwise, don't be in Congress.
Right.
Like, if you don't want to do that, stay at home and watch TV.
It's preposterous because I think we don't know the details of why they were going after Aaron so vehemently, but I do think that there's a lot of that can be attributed to they're just out of touch and they label him as a hacker because they don't have any other term for it. And he's clearly, if you follow his story, does not fit that label.
Yeah.
Running out of time, but the movie, you're releasing a version of the movie for Creative Commons.
Yeah, so our film releases June 27th, 25 cities across the United States in theaters. And the rest of the distribution, I was really interested in having sort of comport with the principles of Aaron. So the way we're distributing it is something that I feel like he would be okay with, that works with his principles, which is to say video on demand, same day. So day and day, it's in theaters, video, and you can buy the film. You can buy it on iTunes. You can buy it on lots of different platforms, if that's how you want to watch it. And if you want to support the artists and filmmakers who want to continue making angry documentaries.
By all means, yes.
But as part of that, we're going to release a version on Vimeo, which is DRM free. It's Creative Commons, non-commercial, share-alike license. Wonderful. And we're going to donate a part of that, if you buy it that way, a part of that to charity.
It's fantastic, and exactly what he'd want. Of course.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
of course. And finally, what have your conversations been like with young people who watch this?
We just won the Youth Jury Award at Sheffield Doc
Congrats,
Fest.
Man!
Yeah, which was really good. Young people have really responded to this film, which has been great. That's obviously one of my main kind of priorities in the film is to, we chart Aaron's young life, this choice he makes to turn his back on Silicon Valley startup culture, which he basically saw as a machine for making money, and to genuinely try to use his skills to make the world a better place. He saw as a cliche the fact that Silicon Valley companies say they want to make the world a better place. He took it a good deal past that and asked the question, do you know what makes the world bad to begin with? If so, what kind of action do you want to take, and how do you think that action is actually going to solve those things you think are wrong? And then, of course, once you take that action, how do you measure the action that you just had, the change that you want to make in the world, and then change your approach based on how you measured it. So I think once you look at, making the world a better place with that level of intellectual curiosity, you've ripped the veil from in front of the eyes. You've called bullshit on a Silicon Valley community that doesn't necessarily want to do that. They just want to kind of build the flip, make another one, and sell it to Google.